Bisa taruh filenya yang kemarin sudah bayar. Laptopnya ada.
Laptopnya itu bukan Pak? Yang masih jadi itu bukan yang itu Pak? Bukan yang itu.
Nah iya mana? Coba Rizal.
Apa?
Menampilkan safety index. Filenya di. Background barang ini ada dia.
Terus kayak kemarin.
Ini acara pertama langsung dulu. Ini nanti nggak sesama enggak langsung sekarang. Langsung di acara pembuka langsung masuk.
Before we begin, team of safety induction will explain the emergency procedure of Rectoral Building, Universitas Diponegoro.
Filenya, filenya bisa masuk deh. Nggak bisa.
Kok gambarnya gini?
Solusinya.
Saya juga.
Itu di langsung munculin.
Ini siapa ini?
Safety
induction. Hadirin yang terhormat, selamat datang di acara The Fourth International Workshop on UI in Metric World University Rankings 2018.
Safety induction. The Honorable, all of the attendants. Welcome to the Fourth International Workshop on UI Green Metric World University Ranking 2018.
Perkenalkan, kami mahasiswa Keselamatan dan Kesehatan Kerja Fakultas Kesehatan Masyarakat Universitas Diponegoro.
Tumbuhan sama belakang.
We are students from Occupational Safety and Health Department, Faculty of Public Health, Diponegoro University.
Sebelum hadirin memulai aktivitas sesuai prosedur keselamatan dalam penyelenggaraan kegiatan di lingkungan Universitas Diponegoro, kami mohon hadirin untuk memperhatikan prosedur keselamatan sebagai berikut.
Before we start the activity, based on occupational safety and health standard and procedure in area of Diponegoro University, we need your attention for the legal safety procedure.
Saat ini, kita berada di ruang sidang rektor Gedung Widyapuraya Universitas Diponegoro Semarang, Indonesia.
Today, we are in the courtroom of Rektor Widya Puraya Building, Diponegoro University, Semarang, Indonesia.
Gedung ini dapat digunakan untuk pertemuan dan kegiatan sejenis lainnya dengan kapasitas 100 orang.
This room is usually used as meeting and similar event with 100 of audience capacity.
Hadirin dimohon untuk 1. Meletakkan barang bawaan di bawah kursi. 2. Menjaga ketenangan selama acara berlangsung. 3. Tidak diperkenankan untuk merokok. Dan 4. Mengatur telepon seluler pada posisi diam.
We would like to inform you to 1. Put all your belongings under the chair. 2. Keep calm and reduce the noise. 3. Not smoking inside the hall. And 4. Turn your cell phone into silent mode.
Risiko bahaya yang mungkin kita hadapi di gedung ini adalah kebakaran dan gempa bumi.
The risk and danger that probably would happen in this building are fire and earthquake.
Saat ini dapat dipastikan sedang tidak dilaksanakan simulasi tanggap darurat.
In this time, we are sure to tell you that no simulation emergency response is held.
Apabila hadirin mendengar tanda bahaya, dapat dipastikan bahwa kondisi darurat benar-benar sedang terjadi.
When the alarm is turned on, it is a sign that the risk and danger occur.
Apabila ada aba-aba evakuasi, maka ikuti panduan jalur evakuasi melalui pintu darurat yang berada di sisi kanan hadirin untuk menuju titik kumpul yang berada di halaman depan gedung ini.
When there is an evacuation procedure, please follow the evacuation route sign through the emergency exit that located in right side of the attendants that leads you to the assembly point that located in front yard of the building.
Apabila terlihat asap, kepala dan badan harap direndahkan untuk menghindari gas beracun.
When the smoke appears, please lower your head and body to avoid toxic gas.
Bagi wanita yang memakai sepatu hak tinggi, silakan dilepas terlebih dahulu.
For women who wear high heels, please take it off first.
Gedung ini dilengkapi dengan aparat terdekat yang berada di sisi kanan hadirin. Fasilitas yang tersedia di gedung ini adalah toilet pria dan wanita yang berada di sisi kanan hadirin dan musola yang berada di lantai 1 gedung ini.
This building is featured with small fire extinguisher that located right side of the attendants. Public facilities in this building are men and women toilet in the right side of the attendants. Musola is located in first floor of the building.
Apabila hadirin membutuhkan pertolongan pertama, segera menghubungi petugas yang ada di sekitar hadirin atau emergency call di nomor 0813 35 66 4755.
If you need a help, directly approach the safety officer around you or dial number 0813 3566 4755.
Selamat melanjutkan aktivitas dengan lancar karena kami menjamin keselamatan hadirin. Terima kasih atas perhatiannya. Tetap utamakan keselamatan dan kesehatan hadirin.
Please enjoy your activities because we keep your safety with trained officer and advanced tools and procedure. Thank you for your attention. Keep your health and safety first.
Biar ngambil link.
The Honorable Minister of Finance Republic of Indonesia, Ibu Sri Mulyani Indrawati, SC and SGPHD, the representative of Ministry of Research, Technology and Higher Education Republic of Indonesia, Ministry Expert Staff, Dr. Hari Purwanto, the representative of Ministry of Environment and Forestry, Republic of Indonesia, Head of Research, Development and Innovation, Dr. Agus Yustianto, the representative of Rector of Universitas Indonesia, Profesor Adi Zakaria, Rector of Universitas Diponegoro, Profesor Dr. Yos Johan Utama, SHMH, and also the acting governor of Central Java Province, Bapak Heri Sujanmoko, MSc, and also all delegation of national coordinators of UI Green Metric World University Ranking 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, before we start our agenda today, National Anthem Indonesia Raya. Audience, please have a seat.
Indonesia Raya.
Indonesia tanah airku, tanah tumpah darahku. Di sanalah aku berdiri, jadi pandu ibuku. Indonesia kebangsaanku, bangsa dan tanah airku. Marilah kita berseru, Indonesia bersatu. Hiduplah tanahku, hiduplah negeriku, bangsaku, rakyatku semuanya. Bangunlah jiwanya, bangunlah badannya, untuk Indonesia Raya. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, tanahku, negeriku yang ku cinta. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, hiduplah Indonesia Raya. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, tanahku, negeriku yang ku cinta. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, hiduplah Indonesia Raya.
Audience, please have a seat. Ladies and gentlemen, the next agenda is welcoming speech. The first welcoming speech will be delivered by Rector of Universitas Diponegoro, to Professor Dr. Yos Johan Utama, SHMH. The time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah alamin. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi wa la ilaha illallah wa la haula wa la quwwata illa billah. Allahumma shalli ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala sayyidina Muhammad. Honorable guests, especially Minister of Finance Republik of Indonesia, Ibu Sri Mulyani. Selamat datang Ibu, balik kampung di Semarang. The representative of Minister of Environment and Forestry Republic of Indonesia. The representative Minister of Research Technology and Higher Education Republik Indonesia, Pak Dirjen Han. Pak kasih Pak. Acting Governor of Central Java, Pak Heru, Pak Rawibut, Pak. Major of Semarang City, Rector, Vice Rector, Dean and Obanson, especially Rector for representative of Rektor Universitas Indonesia, Pak Adi. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to welcome you to Universitas Diponegoro. It is a great honor for me to be addressing you today at this 4th International Workshop of UI Green Matrix 2018. It's good to be here and have the opportunity to talk about university ranking system like UI Green Matrix, because it is becoming increasingly important in higher education besides all the university ranking system. Ladies and gentlemen, Universitas Diponegoro has proven its a strong international orientation by organizing this workshop. We know the enormity of the global challenge before us: global warming, sustainable environment, renewable energy, and we know that this problem needs real action from the university, and this must be a greater share of our attention in the future. The institution of higher education and research are expected to play a significant role in resolving this challenge and in driving the social change. We do believe that UI Green Matrix will provide politics related to green and sustainable campus all over the world. Through variety of programs, University of Diponegoro is also taking steps for a better environment, such as reducing its consumption of water and fossil fuel energy and its greenhouse gas emissions, despite continued campus growth, including for its population and buildings. Ladies and gentlemen, today's workshop is attended by 3 keynote speakers and 50 speakers from 26 different countries, including Indonesia, Malaysia, Bahrain, Portugal, Hungary, Taiwan, Mexico, Italy, China, Spain, USA, Vietnam, Colombia, Thailand, Iran, Sri Lanka, Turkey, Kazakhstan, Russia, Brazil, Lebanon, Jordan, Latvia, United Kingdom, Ireland, and India. Applause for us. Therefore, this workshop will provide us not only essential knowledge but also a great opportunity to share experience, work, technical, and regulatory issues related to sustainable among higher education campuses all over the world. I would like to take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks to UI Green Matrix team, the organizers, honorable speakers, and participants. We truly appreciate your dedication. And finally, I wish you have a pleasant stay during the workshop at Universitas Diponegoro, Semarang, Central Java. Thank you, thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the next agenda is keynote speech. The first keynote speech will be delivered by the Honorable Minister of Finance Republic of Indonesia to Ibu Sri Mulyani Indrawati SK and SG PhD. The time is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning to all of you. Distinguished guests, especially for all of you traveling our way from Indonesia and reached Semarang. So it's really a warm welcome to you all in Semarang City. This is the hometown where I grew up until high school. So it's good to be back. As Pak Rektor mentioned, pulang kampung, this is what President Obama when he visited Indonesia. Bapak Rektor yang saya hormati, and all other President or Rector of the University who is coming here for the 4th International Workshop on University of Indonesia Green Matrix Work. With the theme University Impact and Sustainable Development Group. Actually, I just came back from Islamic Development Bank annual meeting for 53 annual meeting of Islamic Development Bank last week, and the theme about the sustainable development goal is one of the themes that is being discussed there. So I'm glad that I was asked, although it is actually a very abrupt request last night, to come here and to give you a speech. Let me start by providing you a little bit on the global environment in which we are all operate. But I also firmly believe that the environment in which we operate, including economic activity, has a huge impact on environment and sustainable development goals. The global economic outlook is showing a positive sign of upswing. The IMF projection is actually showing the acceleration from 3.6% in 2017 to 3.9% in 2018. Global trade also regained momentum, especially supported by increasing investment and export. And on commodity price, which is following the recovery of the export, is also showing sign of recovery. Indonesia economy, on the other hand, also showing an expanded growth from 5.07 into 5.19 in the first quarter of 2017. We are expected to have a cheap growth of 5.4% for this year. There was good development on the economic growth in Indonesia, especially also along with the global environment. We also saw a shine of pickup on the investment and export. Investment grew by 6% and export is recovered 8% after the recovery from the contraction in the past few years. From the supply side, the production side, all sectors also reaching important recovery with a growth rate of about 5%. This positive trend has added to the momentum of our reform in Indonesia. Under the leadership of President Jokowi, the government focusing very much on how we are going to strengthen our foundation by doing more and more structural reform. And this reform, especially improving the ease of doing business, simplifying regulation, supporting the innovation, and focusing on human capital is very, very important for Indonesia. This effort in the past 4 years by President Jokowi and the Cabinet has achieved what we call it the recognition by Manis. OECD Gallup poll showing 80% of Indonesia have confidence in the national government. Our ease of doing business, it is measured how easily a country provided regulation for investment has improved. Indonesia is the top 10 reformer in the world, and our rank is actually jumped to 72 from more than 120 in the past 4 years. This is a good result, but the government of Indonesia is not complacent with this result, so we continue reforming because with 257 million population live across island, big island with geographic coverage, we are still facing a daunting task on development, whether this is related to the poverty, although it is now reduced to 10.2%, but also we are addressing the issue of inequality. So government will continue adopt a sound policy, both in terms of making sure investment is going to be spread across Indonesia, but also focusing more on the human capital is very important. Now let me shape into the SDG, which is I think one of the most important of the SDG goal which you are trying to measure is on the sustainability integrated environment. As you all know, SDG has been adopted globally. And for Indonesia, we also adopted not only because SDG is important globally, but because this is aligned well with our national priority. So in 2017, the President of Indonesia has issued Presidential Decree number 59 on the SDG. It is just to make sure that the SDG agenda 17 indicator align well with our national priority. From the implementation of the SDG, because it is consistent with our national priority, is actually underlying and accelerating what we've already done. On the health, in this case, the government is allocating 5% of our budget for the health sector. This is spent from what we call it very upstream up to the downstream of the activity in the health sector, from the very early childhood, stunting, up to the immunization, and also in creating universal health coverage in Indonesia. We also allocated 20% of our budget for education. Again, because we see that human capital is important and cannot be delayed. So the investment on human capital is actually has been one of the highest priority. This is again consisting from the upstream, for example, like the compulsory education, 9 years for all children in Indonesia, up to the providing what we call it Kartu Indonesia Pintar, that is Indonesia Smart Card for poor family, for the student from the poor family, making sure that they are going to be able to continue pursuing education. We also supporting the operation of the school by providing operational assistance program or fund for all more than 500,000 schools in Indonesia. Indonesia is also investing now on a higher education. As you can see, this is a very nice campus in Indonesia. This is also built by the government money, which actually provided for many universities in Indonesia. We also provided scholarship for undergrad as well as graduate students in Indonesia. On the social program, the government also expanding the social safety net program by covering more than 172 million people under the social safety net. This is in order for us to be able to make sure that those who are vulnerable from shock, especially from economic and social, can always be protected. These are all the effort by the government to reduce poverty, and we are now heading the poverty into single digits. We are aiming for continue reducing the poverty. At the same time, we also recognize with the big population and a large geographical coverage on the island form, this will require a lot of investment in the infrastructure. So the government of Indonesia under the leadership of President Jokowi is also investing a lot in physical infrastructure. This is coming in the form of education to make sure that we are going to have a food security up to the power and electricity in order for us to have almost close to 100 electricity stations in Indonesia. Not easy for a country which is sometimes live in a very remote area, only a couple of 100,000 people, comparing to those who are living in this island. You are now in Java Island, which is almost 57% of our population live in this tiny island. This is, I call it tiny because it's being populated by more than almost 170 million of people live only in this island. While actually Indonesia has such a huge island outside Java, but people is not residing there. So this is a challenge that we have to solve in terms of providing the adequate, good quality and sustainable infrastructure. With that government program, certainly we are fully aware that if we design the development program without considering the sustainability as well as the environmental impact, then we are going to become part of the problem. Just like many countries who already starting earlier in that development, I think when we talk about the CO of emission as well as many of what we call it the sustainability issue of this earth, the planet, this is also a man-made problem. It's a problem that is created by people. And that's why as a policymaker, we are sure that we have to be fully aware that in order for the humanity to continue to live in a livable planet, we need all of us, all countries, all people need to participate in order for us to be able to create a livable planet for all. And this is what I actually see as a very good initiative by University of Indonesia to create this green, what we call it green matrix. It's quite remarkable to see the development of this program. As I actually read last night, it was started by only 100 universities from 35 countries participated in 2010, and today in 2017, more than 900, 619 colleges and universities participated from 75 countries. It's quite remarkable to see 7 years that you are developing, and especially very encouraging because it is coming from university. I would like to also in this case see the very strategic role of higher education and university in spreading the knowledge, understanding and awareness of how important for all of us to take care of this planet, this earth. And I really welcome this initiative. For all of us who actually knows and following very closely, it's quite discouraging to see that the commitment toward SDG, including awareness of climate change, not necessarily following a linear and progressive trend. Even today, if you look globally, the major player in the world, which is actually becoming, creating an action which can be perceived of backtracking of the climate change commitment as well as SDG. So having 75 countries committing, and especially from the university committing to this kind of sustainability and green metric, I think it's becoming very important. I welcome you all to come here to have a workshop. I think a certain initiative, of course, is always not perfect. So having this kind of workshop for all of you to have the ability and opportunity to discuss about how you are going to measure in a much more robust methodology, indicators, and technique of survey is very important. The most important is creating an excitement for all campuses all over the world to be able to recognize and link what you operate, what you are doing, what you are saying with what you are implementing, what you are actually advocating, not only to your students but also to the people, to the society. And university is always have a bigger influence because of your credential. So in this case, your ability to influence your not only student, faculty member, but especially society cannot be underestimated. With that, I would like to congratulate you all to be here, and especially for those of you who are traveling far away from Indonesia, this is just to show a very high and strong commitment from all people in the planet to care about this planet. This is not only for us, but most importantly for our children and grandchildren. I don't know about you, but I have grandchildren already. That's why, for me, it is time for us to always think that what we are doing today matters for our next generation, for the future generation. Then they are actually have the right to inherit a good planet, livable, which is not thinking about how we are going to destroy through our action and policy. Although today, if you look at many of the missions to go to Moon, to Mars, or even they are now talking about there is a possibility that we can live to Mars, but I'm sure that by always taking care of this planet, we actually saving hundreds of billion, million, or in this case, billion of people in this planet. We are all already seeing a lot of projection. If we cannot prevent the increasing temperature because of the CO2 emission up to 2%, 2 degree or 3 degree, then we are all understand this is going to change a lot of billion of people live in this planet. So what we are doing today is not trivial. I will underline that what you are doing today is so important for the people, for the humanity, and for the future of all our livelihood. Thank you so much, and have a very productive, wonderful, and constructive workshop. And I do hope that you have time to go around the city, because this is not Jakarta, so you are very much noticed that it's a very mountainous. You go around and you can see that there's quite a lot of close to the mountain, but also to the sea. It's much hotter than Jakarta, so you maybe also suffer from humidity. Don't worry. I also actually suffer the same thing. But the food is really good, it's so different, and especially the people is so pleasant. So welcome to Semarang and have a productive workshop. Thank you so much.
Then we will be followed by the part of appreciation. We would like to invite Rector of Universitas Diponegoro, Professor Yusran Utama, and also the representative of Rector of Indonesia, Professor Ade Zakaria, to come forward. Well, thank you very much. We would like to give to Ibu Sri Mulyani. And today, Ibu Sri Mulyani will continue the agenda to Professor Sudarto Building. There will be dignitaries of Faculty of Economic and Business, Universitas Diponegoro. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the next agenda is welcoming speech. The second welcoming speech will be delivered by Chairperson of UI Green Magic World University Rankings to Professor Riri Fitrisari. The floor is yours.
Dear university leaders, good morning to you all. Welcome to the 4th International Workshop on World University Ranking. We welcome all of you who has been traveling here for a long way from Brazil, from North Carolina, and so many places that have been mentioned by our Minister of Finance today, Dr. Sri Mulyani, which is also from our university, from the University of Indonesia. This marks the end of the 8 years since we started our university ranking. And here we would like to thank our host, Universitas Diponegoro, for showing the hospitality and culture of Central Java to our new emerging network of green universities. This annual event takes place in the heart of Universitas Diponegoro, Semarang, Indonesia. And Diponegoro is the name of an Indonesian hero from the Java War of 1825 to 1830. So I would like you to remember Diponegoro, Undip, not Andip again. So please remember Diponegoro University, because that is one of our aim to introduce university in Indonesia and university worldwide, so that we know all each other, and also you know that other than Greenmetric networks in the world, we have ISCN, International Sustainable Campus Network, and other things. But we are starting from the aim of improving our university and using ranking for collaborative purposes. So we hope that this year we can witness many heroes of our time. You are the hero. Please clap your hands for all of us. So the thing hero means that we know that every day, every year, you will do so many things for your university, improving your university infrastructure. And day by day, you have to ensure that the key performance indicator can be achieved. and today it's your time to show off. So I thank all the university leaders, all rectors, vice rectors, and university rectors representatives who have come a long way and prepared the yearly meeting, annual meeting of Green Metric. And for your information, now we have set this annual meeting until 2023, and it will be hosted by University of Domingo in Portugal in 2000 and in 2023. Next year it will be at the University College Court in Ireland. So we are competing with PS, competing in a good way that we are approaching universities worldwide to collaborate and cooperate, meaning that we use ranking to empower all universities worldwide to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. So please show your university excellence in UI Green Metric, and also to provide your opportunity for you for cooperation in sustainable campus management. So you have the whole 2 days, today and tomorrow, to speak up and also to collaborate and to learn from each other. And in this international workshop, participating university leaders will share their achievement in leading sustainability and conservation programs in their campuses. We are very proud to receive many warm and encouraging responses from many universities, rectors, presidents, vice chancellors from more than 25 countries. The spirit of UI Green Metric Network has echoed worldwide. We are delighted with the response of many universities to make a good use of ranking for the next level of their achievement. Last year, UI Green Metric becomes a hub that connects many universities to share their aspiration for a better world in which sustainable development goals are on the making. We thank rectors and higher university officers from 25 countries who are willing to share their experience and efforts in improving sustainable environment in their campuses. The conference program is comprised of keynote talks, preliminary talks, and panel talks, and we hope that this event will be form of discussion, will be a discussion ground among many universities. And we have provided the program complete paper in the USB drive in your here, and the complete paper that has been prepared by all the speakers. And the abstract is in the book that we have got this morning. And we hope that Universitas Diponegoro is also kindly going to index the paper in E3S Web of Conference, indexed by Scopus. And we are going to work on that. And we will cover all 6 indicators used in UI Green Metric. First, the setting and infrastructure, energy and climate change, waste management, water management, transportation, and education. We are also supported by President Jan Sadlak of the International Ranking Expert Group. Although due to the time restriction, he cannot come and make it to come today, but he sent the message to all of you, and we hope that Green Metric is called something unusual ranking in IREC, but everyone acknowledges that, and I hope that you can also put that in your university logo together, because this is important. We know that our ranking is not for marketing purposes, it's not for commercial purposes, but we are making it for the background and for the purposes of collaboration. So once again, I thank you, and I hope that we will all having a very good time in Semarang. And tomorrow we are going. Universitas Diponegoro has kindly provided us with the travel visits to Borobudur Temple, which is one of the 7 wonders of the world. It's one of the largest Buddhist temple in the world, in the largest Islamic country in the world, in population-wise. So thank you and have a good time. Enjoy the conference.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the next agenda will be followed by keynote speeches. The second keynote speech will be delivered by the representative of Ministry of Research, Technology and Higher Education, the expert staff of research, to Dr. Hari Purwanto. The floor is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning to all of you, my colleagues from all over the world, from every corner of the earth. One message from the minister that has to be delivered at the first time. Please apologize for him not coming to his university. He was the rector of the president of this university. This is a special message to me. Why he couldn't come here? Because he has to attend a special session with a very strong political event in Jakarta, pending the invitation of the House Representatives. There are only two institutions that cannot be rejected by our post minister. One is the president calling, number two is the representative calling. So, thank you very much for coming to UDI. This is a very special city. I was also not originated but connected to Semarang city. UI, in the UI, where the green metric was born at the first time, it's like a butterfly flapping, butterfly wing flapping that could spreading the unity around the world. It's called a butterfly effect. Maybe you know already the butterfly effect. Don't please remind. The chaos theory. The butterfly effect is the sensitive dependence on initial conditions in which a small in one state of deterministic non-linear system can result in large differences in later states. So from UI, with the green metric, we are spreading the understanding how important is our sustainable development achievement. Today we are here. Today this is very prestigious meeting, as already mentioned by our Minister, Ibu Sri Mulyani. We are very happy the statement from her, because actually we need more endorsement from the finance sector. We have an initiative, what we call is a sustainable financial. The initiative is supporting the activity on sustainable development. From the university, together with the Indonesian Financial Service Agency, we have signed a collaboration on financial sustainability study center in Udayana University in Bali. So I think this is a very baseline. When we talk about sustainable development goal, we talk also sustainable financial support. So thank you very much for University of Indonesia as the initiator of the three metrics measurement around the world, and also University of Diponegoro for arranging this fourth workshop attended by our friend President and Vice President and Professor around the world here in Semarang. The Ministry of Finance already stated 20% of our national budget is dedicated to the education. And we have to ensure that the quality of our higher education institution will be made to the globalization and the sustainable development goals, in which our graduates could provide quality internationalization standards competence with excellence. Today world needs literacy. Literacy on sustainability. Sustainability literacy is one of the challenges for all of us in the university. After literacy of humanity, literacy of data, literacy of technology, we are all living in the era of connected. All of us are using WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, and that is the influence. The butterfly wing flags, internationalization, and rankings. I went together with Professor Ririn to Portugal 2 years ago, attending for international ratings and E-rank. Ranking is becoming more important. Even in our office, every year, in the months of August, we do rankings for our university. Competition, innovation, productivity, better living. As you know, Indonesia has been mentioned already by our Minister, Ibu Sri Mulyani. In 2035, our population will reach 305 million people of Indonesia, of which 60% of our population is a young, productive generation. This is not easy actually to handle for the better life for Indonesian sustain and self-sufficient. A study by PricewaterhouseCoopers last year, 2017. Indonesia is number 8 after China, India, and US in the GDP and PDB. And in 2025, number 5. And it is expected in the 2050, we are number 4 after China, India, and US. So where is the Japanese, the Korean, the Brazilian? Well, we are competing. This is only a forecast. It could be we are not number 4, maybe number 40. But we are all in the internationalization competition. Ladies and gentlemen, the message from the minister. The university has a vital role. In this case, we all do speaking at the same language. All the university, all professors, we are speaking of excellence in academics. Sustainability, of which science, technology, and innovation leads to a better culture. Better application of assessment of science, technology, and innovation, better economic values, productivity, acceleration, towards development of sustainable to social benefit, better living, no one left behind. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, in supporting and successing SDG, our ministers, our commitment as a universal policy for our department. Minister of Research, Technology and Higher Education of Republic of Indonesia is always supporting what to support sustainable initiative and always encourage the active efforts for partnership. So we are calling for Semarang a partnership on sustainable among the university. Ministry of Research and Technology and higher education always urge the university, higher education institution to adopt the principle of need as the first consideration when the decision is taking place. For example, the University of Diponegoro, when they are going to an infrastructure, whether in this campus or any other campus, we have to consider a city as the main consideration. Even the green infrastructure at the moment needs more money, 35% more money to be invested than the original or current plan. So the master plan of the infrastructure of the university has to be put more advanced in relevant to the green infrastructures. The green infrastructure, you will see the example. Indonesia tomorrow, the Borobudur temple, it lasts more than a century. So we have to build our century a sustainable infrastructure that could last hundreds years or 200 years, 2 generations up to 4 generations. That is how the university can influence the policy of their country. Next is the university also a leadership on what they do in education, research, and also what we call it is public obligation. So the research new expansion, new innovation, like in our principle, we are doing number one priority is in food resilience, number two in energy, especially in the new and renewable energy. So we do also water, waste, environment, transportation, and also how we change our future in educating our young generation. We have to change the way how we educating our next generation. We call in Indonesia popular name is now generation now. In the era of disrupting, and what the people say always around the globe, especially Indonesia now, they say it's revolution industry 4.0. But industry 4.0 is originally from Germany, but China is not adopting the so-called 4.0. They said made in China 2025. Ministry of Research, Technology and Higher Education also invite partnership with the S10 of Islamic Development Bank, already been mentioned by the ministry this morning. We do partnership and initiative to anticipate the weakness and the opportunity from national priority agenda in complying with SDGs. This already been started with 4 universities in Indonesia. And then under USA, Sustainable Higher Education Research Alliance, SIRA, SHR. It's a program we do research collaboration and university partnership between Indonesia and the US. Aim to increase the research capacity of the Indonesian higher education sector and to improve for quality research in Indonesia higher education institute. In July 2017, our university in Bali, for those who have Bali, I think you have to fly to Bali after this workshop. Bali is more famous than the name of Indonesia. University of Udayana in Bali signed an MOU with the Indonesian Financial Services Agent to start what they call Bali Center Sustainable Finance. In this case, ladies and gentlemen, so I think also once again, the Ministry of Research and Technology and Higher Education invites all of us here and spreading out our butterfly wings flag to all over the world to implement the tools, what is called self-assessment by using University Initiative Metric System. We are all agreeing we are going to build internationalization, recognition, reputation. We shall develop global partnership and getting bigger by networking. More connected to a better life, better future, because once again we speak the same language, academic language. Nonetheless, once again, great appreciation addressed to leadership of University of Indonesia and University of Diponegoro in arranging this event possible. I thank you very much, and then have a good time in Semarang, and please, for those who never been to Bali, please come to Bali. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
The agenda will be followed by a plaque of appreciation. We would like to invite the representative of Rector of Diponegoro, Professor Amarianto, and also the representative of Universitas Indonesia, Professor Zakaria. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the last keynote speech will be delivered by Head of Research, Development and Innovation of Ministry of Environment and Forestry, Republic of Indonesia, to Dr. Agus Jusyanto. The time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Honorable representative of the Rector of Diponegoro University, Honorable the representative of Indonesia, Rector of Indonesia University, Steering Committee of UI Free Metric World University Ranking Network, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to convey, because from the Minister of Environment and Forestry, as she could attend this important workshop, because she has another meeting in Jakarta. On behalf of the Minister of Environment and Forestry, I will deliver this speech. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, at the outset, I would like to extend my thanks to the Steering Committee of UI Agri-Metric World University Ranking Network for inviting me to convey a keynote speech in this such important workshop. Secondly, it is my great honor to have this opportunity to address this very important academic society. In this opportunity, I will deliver an issue concerning Indonesia's effort in improving the quality of its environment, which I title Improving Environmental Quality Through Low Emission Development in Indonesia. My speech will start with some overview about Indonesian Environmental Quality Index and followed by Indonesian efforts in reducing emissions. I will further highlight our strategic policy in regulating governance on environmental as well as forest sustainability and how higher educational institutions could take a role. I will end my speech with some concluding remarks. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, the Environment and Forestry Ministerial Strategic Plan 2015-2019 has placed the improvement of environmental quality index as the ultimate goal. We targeted to have an environmental quality index range of 66.5 to 68.6. Indonesian Environmental Quality Index is an indicator of national environmental performance. It is aggregated from the calculation of provincial environmental quality index. Indicators used to assess the environmental quality comprise first water quality, second air quality, and third land cover quality. Parameter used to estimate the water quality comprise first total suspended solid, dissolved oxygen, biological oxygen demand, chemical oxygen demand, total phosphate, facial choline, and total coliform. Parameter to use to assess this air quality are first sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide, while parameters used to assess the quality of land cover comprise first forest cover, second forest performance, and then third soil cover condition, and fourth water body conservation, and fifth habitat condition. Allow me now to highlight the environmental problems in Indonesia, namely first dealing with the climate change. Deforestation and the use of fossil fuel have emitted carbon dioxide that lead to global warming. Other greenhouse gases could also trigger acid rain that is dangerous for our livelihoods. Second, dealing with the pollution. Population growth has led to the increase of domestic and industrial waste. Without awareness to deal with the waste, our rivers and soils are in danger. Our air has also been polluted by recurrence of land and forest fires. Third, dealing with the natural resource degradation. Population growth needs more food to be provided and more fresh water to be used. Without a wise plan to develop agricultural lands and to conserve our springs, the needs for food and water would lead to the degradation of our forests and oceans. Once our forests are degraded, the biodiversity living in the forests are also degraded. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, confronted with the aforementioned situation and challenges, Indonesia actively involved in the international movement to address climate change issues and to achieve sustainable development goals. Indonesia is one among more than 200 nations involved in COP21 UNFCCC, and we are proud to be part of the Paris Agreement. Since the beginning of global climate talks, Indonesia has been playing its active role in many international fora. On 22nd April 2016 in New York, Indonesia joined over 170 other nations in signing the Paris Agreement. This historic occasion is an important milestone of climate agreement that will significantly influence the future of Indonesian development. In shaping Indonesia's post-2015 development trajectory and transition towards a green economy, Before the COP22 in Marrakesh last year, Indonesia has ratified Paris Agreement, and we have also submitted the first nationally determined contribution, or NDCs. Therefore, Indonesia is fully aware that being part of international community, the nation is committed to share responsibilities with other parties in reducing the greenhouse gases goals and emissions. We, in the Ministry of Environment and Forestry, believe that tackling climate change presents opportunities for green growth and jobs, new source of export, and stimulation of trade and innovation. The nationally determined contributions, or NDCs, can drive low emission development through a determination to preserve and increase forest cover and to invest in renewable energy, energy efficiency, and sustainable transport, waste management, cities, and ways of producing and consuming. However, Indonesia is also an archipelagic country that is vulnerable to the adverse impact of climate change, as well as developing countries which still need to develop with a bundle of challenges ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, the Minister of Environment and Forestry has set up its ultimate goal to improve environmental quality index, meaning that we will guide our national development to be always in the right track that consider ecological balance and social acceptability. That is why in our ministry we do not only address the improvement of forest production, but also address the prevention of unplanned deforestation, rehabilitation of degraded land, waste management, the reduction of greenhouse gas emissions, sustainable production and consumption, and the improvement of local communities' involvement in forest management. These are our efforts in actualizing sustainable development concept and the sustainable development goals to support the achievement of Nawacita, the 9 development agendas of current government. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, I'm now speaking with global academic communities that have pioneering the effort to lead other communities to achieve environmental sustainability. Initiated by the University of Indonesia, the criteria and indicators used to rank hundreds of universities across the globe are not only meant for having an objective university rankings, but more importantly reflect universities' responsibilities to lead the way in utilizing resources wisely and sustainably to reduce emissions and prevent pollution. The Ministry of Environment and Forestry is inspired by this effort in campaigning the importance of environmental consideration in operating universities. This system may be copied by other communities to show their concern to environmental degradation and to take part in global effort to mitigate climate change. Furthermore, this system will also encourage higher educational institutions to develop and apply green technology that can be disseminated to a wider community. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, our effort in addressing climate change, pollution, and natural resource degradation with collaborative action involving all stakeholders from providing scientific support, formulating policies, public awareness raising, until the implementation of policies and programs. Crafting a sustainable future for our environment and meet our development objective is far from easy. But we can agree that the cost of surrendering is far worse. Together, we must guarantee the future of our environment for our children and grandchildren, and that future begins now. Have a successful workshop, and I hope this international workshop will generate global benefit. I thank you very much.
The agenda will be followed by mark of to Professor Dr. Marianto and also Professor Adi Zakaria. Come forward.
Well, the Honorable ladies and gentlemen, the next agenda is technical address about special issues on university environment and development index that will be delivered by Chairman of Research Center for Climate Change Universitas Indonesia. To Professor Jatna Supriyatna, SJPHD, the floor is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. Selamat pagi for honorable all guests from many countries, and I believe that after talking and hearing all these very good speakers, so let me bring it to the real words of what the metric, how that's really is nature of green is about, what the campus is about, how that's green translated into the green. So let me bring it you to what we call is the biodiversity needs. Professor really asked me to explain it, whether it's really fitted to the green metric or not. But let me tell you that this is a little bit complicated, but I will try. So, next, what is biodiversity? So I'll start with, for those who are not in this word, a little bit what we call the 101. It's really introducing the biodiversity. I always said that biodiversity is renewable resources. Is nature insurance policy against disaster. So it's really big trying to get to economic term, because this is here we have a vice rector from economy background. So I'm saying that people think what if there is biodiversity is something that maybe it's very difficult to concern. So basically, it's many forms of all comprises under the term of biodiversity: the species diversity, the genetic diversity, the ecological diversity, the functional diversity. So there's many. But basically, all the living things, from the very microbe, this is a small one, up to the big one like us, is biodiversity. Or monkeys, tigers, and everything. But impossible that you have tiger in the campus, of course. Otherwise, everyone student will be going away. But next, so this, what I'm going to talk about, how that really the campus, because it's like the organism, species, population, and also is a very, the term that may be very difficult to answer that, but look at this ecosystem. It's a biosphere, ecosystem, communities, population, and organism. Those are usually in the campus. In the last one, where you can see the beetle, you can see the birds, you can see many other things. But since a green matrix means a green, so basically it's really in your campus. Either 1 hectare, even within the buildings, all is green. So next. So here is the ecosystem cell physics. What does really the purpose of the biodiversity? It's a pest control. For example, is the the bird or this bat. Of course, they're eating a lot of many insects that possible harm to your trees. Pollination is making $1 billion. That if you lose the bees, maybe you lose all these plants because they are all these pollinating the trees. at the same time of the disease buffering. So that's the function of biodiversity. Next. So basically, of course, there's a three levels of biodiversity. There's a subtle, functional, and completion. I don't have to explain in more detail. Next. So, but why we concern loss of biodiversity? Who cares about the biodiversity loss, basically? But biodiversity gives us food. All we are eating is biodiversity, right? Energy, raw materials, chemicals, all is from the nature. And essentially to the economy and our well-being. So that is very important for the whole system in the world. Thanks. Of course, how many different things are present? If you see the elephant, rhino, or elephant, rhino, lion, leopard, and buffalo, or many things, you know. So biodiversity means too many things, right? But diverse means that there's so many things. Next. So, of course, when we are trying to look at the campus, you cannot say, oh, how many elephants, how many tigers, how many things. You have to look, maybe bird is more appropriate to look, or beetle, or frog, or many things. Why we are doing this? Basically, when you have the green, but the green not what you call it, the paper pot. You have pot, but with only paper. Why is it? Because no life, no animal, nothing. It's like you have house without anything. So that's why biodiversity is in the academic level. Usually we are measuring with species level, with the ecosystem level, with the genetic level, of course. But genetic, of course, is too complicated for the common people. Next. But if you are a policy, like Dr. Agus here is from the Ministry of Environment, of course they are going to see this, the biodiversity, the extinction process, because you are here in Java, but you have lost the tiger, Javan tiger, they lost it 20 years ago, 30 years ago. You have area base, that was really millennium goals, richness base, which is indicators of whether that the area is really rich biodiversity, complementary base, or many other, there's so many possible to measure the biodiversity. Next. There are a lot of measure index to measure biodiversity, but that was really for the complexities. If you have 200 hectares of the campus where all these forests, then you really need to do. But if you have 2 hectares of the campus and all building, you don't need it. Right? Basically, if you have a lot of big forest cover, then you really need to look at the possibility. Why we measure this? Because when you have a really good forest, you don't need pesticide, you don't need fertilizer. If you have pesticide, then you kill all these animals, you kill all the biodiversity. Then what you have to do is, how do we make this forest becoming alive just like other forests? You don't use pesticide. Natural forest will use pesticide. So is it possible campus can do it? Yes, possible. There's so many things that we campus never had pesticide in it. Next. So of course the best choice is many things. There are many. This is really academic. So there's a lot of things that we can measure, but I don't think that it's really important for some of you. Next. But how do we measure? How do we make the indicators? It's really important to have a good indicator. Is it sensitive enough to make this? For example, if you are building in the cities, or the campus in the city, should we have the sensitive animal? Of course not. But should we scale appropriate in the time and space so that they are very, very affordable for many campuses? Well understood model, viable data available, audit monitoring system, and also understandable by policymakers. And here is this species indicator again. I will bring it to you to more detail. Next. The forest diversity function is in the lungs of the cities, an antidote to the pollution gases. Ventilation of the cities, wastewater control, erosion control, and overcome intrusion, seawater, especially in the area where the campus is very close to the ocean, as well as contributing to absorption of the greenhouse gas emission. This is really important. Where is the green campus is the lung for the campus itself. Next, here is the measuring. It's a very simple measuring. You know how many numbers you can get, but if you go from the tropical countries to the very north, of course there's going to be different. You cannot just comparing between apple and oranges. That's really different. So you cannot say, of course, if you see the tropical forest is more biodiversity, but you cannot do that. That's why we have to have the standard. The standard, if you standard the size, for example, species richness, but then next, there will be more on the species richness, of course, but that's not really fit for the campus. Next, here is the second winner, which is proportional richness. That is easier, and then it will be comparable between North American compared to South American compared to Southeast Asia. They will not be so biased using these indexes. Next, and it's very popular indexes, but also we can see the evenness, the distribution itself, the population within. For example, if you study the beetle within the campus, then you can see the beetle in the China compared to beetle in South America. It will be comparable, not like if you say the mama. The mama is very difficult. Next. So, for example, the plant, you can see that the plant can be used only very small numbers, 1 meter to square, for example, then you can see here whether biodiversity is really diverse. If biodiversity is diverse, then you don't have to have pesticide. You don't have to have a lot of treatment because the nature will regulate the nature itself. This is the dominance usually that is not used, not good for this method. Next, and then what you call it, the Simpson index. The Simpson index basically is the very simple index. Next, yes, the complex, but it's not really look like complex, but it's not. Just like the 1 minus the sum of this number of individuals divided by total number of individuals. So it's very, everybody can do it in the campus, of course. But that's really not so difficult. Next. So this is, for example, I give you how that's really the campus an example how that the most different. Next. So both have richness between field A and field B, for example, between campus and other campus. So you can see next and next. So this is the equation of this diversity Simpson index. Next. And then next you can see that similarly next. And then the numbers that you can see the below 4 point, that means that's better. But if you're going up, it means it's bad. So that was really, so that really compare it that the 0.5 is better than 0.4 better than 0.5. Next. Next. So that this is better, 0.2 for the field B. But of course, if you calculate the B, that is 0.7. So, suppose the drawing conclusion is that, for example, campus B, the higher diversity index, so has more species richness and richness. It means that also it will be more resistant to any environmental damage of change. So this is the calculation, a very simple calculation for biodiversity. Thanks. So if you see that a lot of, I try to look at this, how that really, there's so many indexes. The best index is within, in the middle, Shannon or Simpson index. That's the best that they can use compared to the other pillow index and the other index, burger partner index. Thanks. So sometimes what we need is just really bring it to student to the field to understand what that really means. Next. So next, it's really that the convention of biological diversity that everyone in the world signed in convention. I think it really has to start with the campus, because campus can be really model or role model to be agreed. And using this, so basically you can expand in the campus. Sometimes I see the campus is a very good, beautiful mall with the grasses, but nothing in it. It's empty. We call it empty or the paper park campus. So that you really need to push so many chemicals in it, and it's poisoning to the student, poisoning to everybody. I think with the ideas of green campus is really trying to get this lightening the load of this chemical in the campus. Next. So there is any other method. For example, the city biodiversity index, the Singapore, with a very simple indicators, not like complicated that I put it lot of equation. The equation is headache for everybody, but for us, the scientists, it's easy. But look at what the proportion that the cities, connectivity, ecological network, changes number of native species, how the proportion of protected area, proportion of the exotics, the climate regulation, the budget, and many other things. This is really easy, between that you have just check. I can develop this to be a grand matrix feature if you want. That is really very simple. In the last one, because I am only 15 minutes, so I like to look at what is really the traditional SDG compared to the emerging development SDG. If you look at the right side, basically is the environmental SDG. Environmental SDG is very important. The energy, the 4, the 7, the 14, which is life underwater, the 15, life above water, the 13 is the climate change, and the cities, number 11, and the 12, the energy consumption. Basically, those are related to the green matrix. Next. And then here is the last one. What is really the happiness index? Basically, SDG has to be happy, right? Because already mentioned that is really no one left behind. Which means that really SDG, it's a very spiritual. It's really ecological. And the last one is connected to the people. So I think that's really my very short brief on the biodiversity index. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the next agenda is signing of declaration of membership of Co-Agrimatic Network. We would like to invite Mr. Junaidi to come forward conducting the agenda. Thank you.
Dear colleagues, as we all know, we are all in the network of Network University Ranking. So meaning, if your university participate in the ranking, you are automatically the member of this network. So today we will sign a declaration of membership for those universities who haven't signed. But since there are more than 70 of you, please allow me to invite just one representative for each country, and the other university would sign afterwards. So thank you very much. So I'm now inviting Professor Lily to witness. Okay. So first, I'd like to invite representative of Indonesian University from Haluoleo University. If you could come forward to sign the declaration. Basically, the declaration says that you all agree to participate in the network that we have outlined in the strategic framework of equilibrium network. Please start. Yes, so if I could read Declaration of Membership UI Grimetric World University Ranking Network, realizing the importance of collaboration to tackle sustainability issues, we hereby agree to participate and work together in UI Grimetric World University Ranking Network. The implementation will be outlined in UI Grimetric World University Ranking Network Strategic Framework and decisions of UI Grimetric World University Ranking Network Steering Committee, which we have conducted yesterday. Please give an applause. Now I'd like to invite a representative from Italy, University of Milano Bicocca. Please. Next, I'd like to invite representative from Portugal, Universidade de Mexico. I'd like to invite representative from Ireland, University of College Cork. Next one from France, Exact University. Next, I'd like to invite representative from Latvia, Riga Technical University. Next one from United States of America, North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University. Next from Colombia, Universidad Autónoma de Occidente. Next one from Turkey, Ozigin University. Next, I'd like to invite representative from Russia, Minin University. The document will be sent to your email. Next one, I'd like to invite representative from Pakistan Higher Education Commission. Then representative from China, Shandong Normal University, Lisan College. Next, I'd like to invite representative from Malaysia, University of Malaya. Next, also from Thailand, Mahidol University, and from Vietnam, Thon Duc Tham University. Finally, I'd like to invite Professor Ambarianto, Professor Adi, Dr. Hari, Bapak from KLH, and Dr. Jana to come forward to take a group photo. Okay. So I need 2 lines, please. So if you could come forward, Pak. We have 2 lines, please. Pak Ali. Pak Ali. Sorry, we need this, please. Pak, Pak Gun, Pak Taufik. Also for the speakers. Okay, so thank you very much for the informations. Freestyle. Okay, freestyle one more. For the all invited speakers, may I invite you to the front to have a group photo, please. All invited speakers. That's all. I think we need to like this. Like thank you so much.
Makasih tadi ya.
Soprattutto perché è un mio collaboratore che era a Bologna, l'associato
So after this, our staff of secretariat will come to university to have a sign for signing of the declaration. Okay.
Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now the agenda is group photo session and also coffee break. The photo session will be in outside of this room, will be the first floor, and also the coffee break will be in 15 minutes. And then after coffee break, it will be continued by panel session. And this room will be split into two rooms. This room will be in the room 1A, and over there will be 1B. And also participants can choose either room 1A or 1B. Okay? And the list of speaker already attached outside of this room. Thank you. And there will be photo session in outside of this room in the first floor. Yeah.
Udah berarti mati dulu kan?
Kesini ya? Enggak, bukan humas saya nggak di sini. Terlihat jalan apa pak? Coba aja. Harusnya balik.
Can I check now if you already apply for points? It's the first session. It is this one. Yes. First one. Will others to recommend to?
Yes,
I call.
No. So, yes.
This one. It's the other one. No, this one. I need to check if it works. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. This one.
Yes, I'm second author. This one. Okay. This one.
Foto?
Iya.
Situ.
Landscape atau?
Oke. Oh, absolutely.
Ada di redaksi itu. Tapi kabelnya ada di saya. Paling depan.
We first. Sorry. We first. Oh? No. No. Please, we together.
Atau ininya nggak ada
Pasti. Ini masih mati? Oh, nggak dimatiin. Udah mati? Justru dimatiin aja. Dimatiin dulu. Masa napa-napa kursi?
Stopnya di mana mas?
Stopnya di OBS pak. OBS aplikasinya OBS. Di search gimana? Buka aplikasi OBS. Searchnya
Ini di bawah.
aku lupa.
S utility.
Oh ini, kalau saya OBS yang ini. Nah, itu. Ini terus di stop streaming.